Bang! Needs Knives, I'm Jared. Today we have another or a new version of the knife standards R&R. This is the RR Station Express, and it's the dark ice version, obviously. And I've checked out the larger version, but I do got to say, I'm typically the guy who wants the bigger. I like the case too. I'm typically the guy who wants the bigger knives, or at least, you know, the full size one. I think that this knife is perfect just like this. I honestly think that this is the way it should have been from the start. It's still a full-size knife, so don't get me wrong, but the other one was big, a big knife, broader, longer. But this one, man, just something about this really speaks to me. I like this one a lot, even more so than the other one. It's still running Van Ack steel, hollow ground, sheep's foot blade, a long sheep's foot blade, looks kind of like a train. Beautiful fuller, nice sharp fuller too, so it's going to be easy to reverse flick. Then we have obviously the thumb studs and reverse flick. So yeah, and then we also have a front flipper. Now, I'm not sure if that's intended to be a front flipper, but it works just like it's intended to be a front flipper. So very easy to use. Titanium bolster lock, beautiful chamfering on the lock bar, so it's very comfortable to disengage. Feels almost like you're pushing like a button. Feels really, really good. Very well done. And it is very, very smooth. The detent, man, tuned very, very well for this action, especially having a front flipper. Deep carry wire clip that is reversible, as you can see. And, you know, you can see there's some weight relieving in there. Like I said, I can get a full grip, even if if I'm not all the way up here, I can still get a full grip, and then I still have a little bit of room. Pinch grips are where it's at. That's where this thing's going to shine, but obviously slicing, cutting a strap is all going to be great. Not really a gas station knife fighting grip knife, but you can probably get her done. Love the sharpen tool and plunge grind. Phenomenal job. Shout out to Knife Standards. Killed it on the plunge grind. Look, it starts here, ends right away. Right away. So all of this life is what you have to sharpen off. That's amazing. You'll never run out of steel to sharpen. You'll never run into a point to where you're going to want to add in your own sharpening notch or whatever, which I love, love, love to see. And it does have an internal stop pin that runs on a track. I like how he's got the square pivot on the one side. Looks really cool. Yeah, this one totally speaks to me. Like I said, this is my favorite version by far. Something about this size is just perfect for this design. And it's not that I would say that, in many cases, I would honestly go towards the larger one. This is in that area where it's like, it's not too small, it's not too big, it's like just right. And I like that. This is going to be an easy carry too. Look at how slim it is. And for lefties, this is a good one because it's so easy to use right or left-handed and has a reversible clip. So, being a bolster lock, you're not going to lock yourself out. The geometry is really well done, nice and thin. Yeah, the fuller, the fuller might create a little bit of drag during slicing, but I'm not that worried about it. This wouldn't be something I would use as my, knife that I'm going to be cutting 10,000 feet of cardboard with. Not that I couldn't, not that I wouldn't either, but, typically you're going to pick specific knives for stuff like that. My only negatives. Is this T6s? I think it's T6s. If so, that's my first negative. No, it's T8s. It looks like a T6. Wow, they look small. Maybe it's just because of the knife. They do have T6s on the thumb studs. So I'm just saying. T8s all the way around the board. Love to see that, except for on the except for on the blade. On the thumb studs. This has a nice spine though, which is really cool. So if you do use a fixed angle sharpening system, you're going to be able to clamp it really nice. But in that case, you might want to remove the thumb stud, just depending on how your clamp works. You might be able just to get it right here and not even worry about it, but you might want to remove it. It just depends on you and your angle and all of that stuff. So in that case, you're going to have to use the T6s, what looks like a T6 or a T5. Which, I've had some trouble with some thumb studs removing them, but for the most part, typically they're not difficult. And if you guys want to know a magic trick, I'm going to tell you a magic trick really quick before we get out of here. Magic trick, if you have a screw that's Loctite in, and it's just not coming out. You can feel like, oh man, you don't want to strip your screw, you don't want to strip your bit. What you do is you get it, you put your bit in the hole, just like so, and then get a mallet or a hammer and smack the back. Make sure the screwdriver or the driver is straight up and down. So when you hit, make sure it goes straight down. What it's going to do is it's going to create an impact that's going to just basically break all the Loctite on the inside up. Typically 2 smacks works, two good cracks, and then that usually opens right up. Just a little magic trick for you guys. As far as negatives go, I got nothing. I like it a lot. If I was gonna be a nitpicky bastard, the pocket clip does get in my hand right here in this grip, but like this is typically the grip I'm gonna be using it in, and I honestly can't avoid it. Like I can literally go from here to right there and I'm just fine. So is it that big of a deal? Nah, not at all. All in all, nice standards, man. You killed it. You absolutely killed it. Not only with this design, but making it this size. So there you guys go. Work hard. Stay tough. Till next time. Peace.